Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is the end of the month of July, so you know what that means. It's time to wrap up the books that I read this month. I have read 13 books. Some of them were really great, some of them were pretty bad. So if you're interested in knowing what I read and how I enjoyed them, please stick around. I do this video at the end of each month, so if you like this kind of video, please subscribe, like, and comment what I should read in the month of August. I'm always up for suggestions. So the first book that I read in the month of July, I started on the 3rd of July and I finished it in the same day, was Love, Life, and the List by Casey West. It was just fine. It was probably even less than just fine. It was really boring. It was YA. There was almost nothing that happened, and I just honestly didn't connect with it at all. I found it boring. I would not suggest. The second book that I read was Beyond the Veil, the 8.5 book in the Zodiac Academy series by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. I read this in 2 days. I absolutely love Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, but as far as the books in the Zodiac Academy series goes, I thought that it was just okay. I gave it a 4-star because they can't do any wrong, but I think that most of their books are 5 stars, so it was more boring than general, and I thought that it went through pretty much the same thing that happened in book 8, except they couldn't do anything the whole time, but I would still suggest it, and I think that if you learn one thing from this video, it's that you should read Zodiac Academy, because it's amazing. The third book that I read in the month of July, I read all in one day on the 6th. It was Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie, which is the second book right after Addicted by the same authors. It touches on addiction. The male main character is addicted to alcohol, and the female main character is addicted to sex. It's a pretty good book. I think that it touches well on addiction, but it wasn't really what I was in the mood for. So I gave it a 3 stars, but I still think that it was worth the read. The fourth book that I read in the month of July, I started on the 7th and I finished it on the 8th, was The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book was about a girl that was in the foster system with another boy, and they get separated at some point, and then they come back together in high school unexpectedly. And it's a whole story about mental health and the effects of the foster system, and I thought that it was pretty good. It wasn't perfect. I thought it was a little bit boring, but I still think that it was an important read, and I would still probably suggest it to people, but it is pretty heart-wrenching and not what I was in the mood for, but I still would recommend this book. The fifth book that I read in the month of July, I started on the 8th, finished it on the 9th, was Right Man, Right Time by Megan Quinn, which is a hockey romance. I love hockey romances. It was really great. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4-star. I would probably give it a 4.5 star if there was that option on Goodreads. It was spicy. It was interesting. I definitely would recommend. It's a fake dating, and I love fake dating. So it's on Kindle Unlimited. I would definitely say that you should read it. The 6th book that I read in the month of July, I actually listened to. I had been listening to it for quite some time, and I finished it on the 12th, is Broken Fae by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. This has been a heavy Twisted Sisters month for me. I absolutely love these two authors. This series is absolutely incredible. It's Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac. I absolutely love Zodiac Academy, and I would even venture to say that I maybe like Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac even more. It's so, so, so good. If you're looking for a spicy fantasy series to start, I would without a doubt recommend this. It's all on Kindle Unlimited, so I would definitely recommend that you read this. The 7th book that I read, I started on the 13th and I read it all in one day, was The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. There we go. It was fine. I thought that it was kind of boring. It was really small, so I read it all in one day, but I don't think at any point was I actually interested in the story. So without a doubt, I would say you shouldn't read this book. It's very boring. The 8th book that I read was The True Love Experiment, which I read all in one day on the 16th by Christina Lauren. I have a full video review on this book on my channel, so if you're interested in knowing what I thought about it in more detail, go and check it out. It's my July mystery box video. I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I love Christina Lauren. I gave it a 4-star. I enjoy most of her work, so I would definitely recommend. The 9th book that I read from the 19th, and I finished it all in one day as well, was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I loved this book. It had incredible anxiety representation. The male main character has anxiety. They are both doctors, and they do a fake dating thing. It was one of the best books that I have ever read. It was absolutely incredible. It had me hooked from the beginning, and I would recommend this book to absolutely anybody. It's very, very, very good. The 10th book that I read in the month of July, I read from the 23rd to the 24th. It was my reread of Zodiac Academy 1, The Awakening. I took the time to tab the book and do all sorts of annotations in it because I absolutely love Zodiac Academy. It's so, so, so addictive. I think that the first book is very good. I'd give it a 4.5 star. I liked it even more on the second read. I am obsessed with it. It is my life's mission to make everybody read Zodiac Academy. So if I can even convince one person to read it, I'm going to be happy. Read Zodiac Academy. So good. The 11th book that I read, kind of 10.5, was Almost Midnight by Rainbow Rowell. It's just a little baby. It's so small. It's 2 short stories in a little tiny book format. I thought it was fine. I read it very fast. I gave it a 3-star. It was like a cute little story. And the 12th and last book that I read this month, I started on the 28th and I finished it on the 31st, today. It was Zodiac Academy, The Awakening, the first book, as told by the boys. I had been holding off on reading this because in my mind I was a bit like, why would I read the same story in different perspectives? But then I realized that there would be extra content of Orion in it. So I decided to pick it up, and I absolutely loved it. Without a doubt, I think that it's worth picking up the alternate perspective. It's so good. You get some insight in the characters' minds. You get some insight of what's going on behind the scenes during what's going on in the kind of normal first book. It was so, so, so incredible. I absolutely love these authors. I cannot stress this enough. They are so, so, so amazing. In the next couple of months, I'll be reading all of them again. I'm hoping that the 9th one comes out at the end of the year, and I'd like to read all of them again before the 9th one comes out. So I will be doing that in the next couple of months because I absolutely love this series. So that's it for today. If you have any suggestions on what I should read in the month of August, please comment them. I'm always looking for suggestions. I really appreciate that you stayed for the whole video. If you liked it, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. I'll be doing this quite often. So thank you.